Hello once more, humans. I'm Roman, and welcome to a new video. In today's topic, we'll be talking about the hero of heroes and the most versatile character in the Ben 10 universe, Ben 10 Million. If you like this sort of content, please like, subscribe, and share it with other Ben 10 fans. And leave a comment down below so I can know who you want to see next. With that out of the way, let's begin. Alright, so before we start this video, I have some news. Ever since 2020, I started this Ben 10 Million journey, and it is pretty fun. I have made incredible things that I never thought I would do. I have met great people, and overall, I get to create content for all of you guys. But I believe I can do so much more than just a fanfic of a franchise that has been forgotten. So, with great pain in my heart, I must say that Ben 10 Million will be cancelled. However, that does not mean you guys will be deprived of Ben 10 Million content, because I will be doing some art and telling you guys about the future chapters, how they would have been. I will obviously make some drawings of it, of new aliens or new characters and stuff. But I just feel like I should focus on starting a universe from scratch instead of just trying to revive a forgotten franchise. Um, it has been great, and stay tuned for the new stuff that's coming along. Alright, now with that out of the way, we can start the video. Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. When he was 45, we all knew him as the hero of heroes, Ben 10K. He wore the device of the Omnimatrix, which granted him incredible powers and overall made him a formidable hero. However, on his 46th birthday, he was faced with Vilgax, and they had a conversation that was unknown to the public, but all we could know is that Vilgax declared war on Earth. Ben wasn't fazed as he had dealt with Vilgax before. However, weeks after, we would get to know the event of the Omni War. You may have heard that word being thrown around in previous videos, and today we'll get an explanation. The Omni War was every creature on Earth against the forces of Vilgax. At first, everything was going great, the good guys were winning, but Ben wasn't having it. He knew something was wrong because Vilgax not once showed his face in the battlefield. When he went to confront him, Vilgax started beating Ben and everything went south. Seeing the hero of heroes beaten, the people lost motivation, and the attack was already beginning to be a struggle. Vilgax almost killed Ben if it wasn't for his son Kenny. He was taken to the medics, and Kenny alone faced Vilgax. Unfortunately, that's where Kenny was put in a coma, and Kai was murdered. Ben then takes the Omnitrix back, due to his son being unable to fight, and he starts fighting Vilgax until the Omnitrix does something strange. It starts recalibrating, and then seeing everyone that was hurt, seeing everyone that had been murdered, and noticing that the power was insufficient for combat, the Omnitrix decided to evolve. The AI grew stronger, and it even attacked Vilgax to the point of leaving him badly injured. And thus, with a huge explosion of energy and DNA, the omnification was made. After the brutal war that was the Omni War, and the process of the omnification, Ben felt powerless. He had a new evolved watch that even surprised Asmuth. He had new aliens that he could use to fight against the forces of evil, and yet he couldn't save the people he cared about. Even though his relationship with Kai was not the best, he still didn't want that fate for her. Kenny was put in a coma, and Ben loved Kenny more than anything. The people he risked, the consequences of his cockiness and his arrogance led to many comrades being wounded and forever scarred. Even his grandpa Max was facing death. Ben started drinking, yet the Omnimatrix was so powerful that it didn't allow him to drink or get drunk. He had to face this pain conscious, but as always, duty calls. And the first villain of this issue arrives, being Rao, the Kryptonian god. At first, Ben tries to use his original aliens, serving no purpose because Rao is so powerful. Ben then resorts to a Kryptonian and still gets overpowered by the god Rao. Then Rao leaves for a mysterious reason to Ben, and then he finds out there's another force threatening existence. After a brutal fight, Rao sacrifices himself, being inspired by his grandson, Kal-El. After that, Ben decides that no matter the pain, no matter the suffering, he would still have a responsibility. He would become a workaholic until everybody started noticing and called it out. Then he resorted back to drinking until Annihilax shows up and he has to fight him as well. By using one of his divinities, Sundown, he then murders Annihilax, and this is another burden added to his life. Does he have the power to be a god, or should he stay a hero? At the third issue, we meet the real love of his life, Esther, who is the one who supports him against the return of Vilgax. Will he be able to beat him and surpass this broken and immeasurable pain? Or will he succumb to becoming what he always dreaded? As his new name suggests, Ben now has access to 10 million aliens. Now, all of these aliens are hybrids. Let me explain. When Ben turns into, let's say, Humongosaur, the Omnimatrix takes the DNA of the Vaxasaurian and the DNA of an evolved Vaxasaurian and mixes them together to make a combat-ready Vaxasaurian, having the powers of his ultimate and his regular transformation. The Omnimatrix is a more battle-focused watch and device, being unknown throughout the multiverse by other Bens or Asmuths. As I stated before, even Asmuth was surprised that the AI wanted to protect Ben so bad that it evolved beyond any sort of imagination. However, with great power came solitude. Gwen became Queen of Ledger Domain and had a full responsibility in the magic realm, and Kevin was busy at the Plumber Academy being a role model for rogue kids. However, even though solitude struck hard, Ben always found a way to get company. Whether it was Gwen wanting to join in his battles, or Kevin just wanting to fight. Even Esther came back from war against the Limax just to be with Ben. However, due to the previous losses, Ben has a lot of burdens and a lot of trauma, being a bit more selfless and always wanting to sacrifice himself for the people he loves.